Morning, folks. Yeah, darn it. I knew it was late or early over there. Uh, 1 a.m. Wow. Yeah, we're almost 10 a.m. here right now. Hey, Alpha Centauri and Starry Lock. Good to see y'all here. Um, just gonna give it a second to uh, let everybody kind of join in here. Gonna do some actual work around here for a change. Um, I know that's not like me, is it? To actually do work. Um, but I wanted to get it done this early because today is supposed to be really warm. So far, the hottest day of the year. I think between like 87 and 89 degrees, maybe. That's Fahrenheit. Uh, so, yeah, I wanted to get some stuff done. We're going to be taking some locks off and putting some other ones back on, some old ones actually. Um, just wanted to do a little bit of work because I've got a really cool video planned. Y'all been hearing me talk about it for a while now. So yeah, we're gonna prep to make a video while making a video. So hopefully it'll be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, 1555 in Germany. Yeah. Um, so that's what 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6 hours ahead. Okay, that's not too bad. Hey Ian, glad you're here. Um, yeah, Don, it's kind of warm for this time of year actually. Sometimes in late March, we get really cool weather. Sometimes we get low 80s. I think this year is normally about upper 70s to low 80s. Can't trying to think of what the civilized units are. Of course, I'm measuring freedom units, so can't uh, can't think of the civilized unit equivalent. I think that'd be what, around 27, 28 degrees Celsius. Let's see. But yeah, hopefully, what I'm hoping is that these sort of unseasonably warm temperatures will help make the virus kind of, you know, die down a little bit. Um, it's like the flu. You can get the flu anytime, technically, but anyway, summertime it normally kind of goes away because of the warmer temperatures outside and such as that. So, fingers crossed that's what happens with this whole mess. We just got word yesterday evening that the entire state of North Carolina will go on to there's a stay-at-home order that will go into effect this coming Monday at 5 p.m., which the county that I work in, Mecklenburg County, which is where Charlotte is, if you want to look on a map, see where that is. I'm one county over in Gaston County, and Mecklenburg County has been under a stay-at-home order for, what is it, since the first of this week, maybe? Yeah. No, it went into effect Thursday morning. They announced it on, I believe, Tuesday, or Monday evening, and then it went into effect Thursday morning. And actually, people in Charlotte have been sort of like staying at home on their own. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of people who need to be at work have also been staying at home. I'm not a panicker about big stuff like this. In fact, my last video, somebody commented how neat it was that I was relaxed and calm through the whole thing, which it wasn't a big video. If you haven't seen it yet, it's uploaded. I think I put it up Wednesday night, maybe. But anyway, yeah, I don't get bent out of shape. I've spent my entire adult life in working in emergency services. I did 911 for 10 years. I got into the fire department actually when I was 14, into the local volunteer fire department. And, I've kind of been around emergencies, stressful situation my entire life. Might be why I'm on blood pressure medicine now, but I don't think so. Take it in stride. I do take the virus seriously. Don't get me wrong on that. I really do. And I am concerned because there are a few cases cropping up in my hometown, which is, my mom and dad both still live there. So I'm kind of worried about them. My mother, she's got some health issues. My dad is probably healthier than I am, even though he's like 71. I think I need to start working out again. Yeah, especially since I can't find the double chin remover option on these cameras. But anyway, but I mean, I am concerned about it. I am concerned about people getting sick. I do think that stay at home is the right thing to do. But yeah, the stay at home orders, basically all it says is not a lockdown. Like some people are making it out to be, this isn't the beginning of martial law or anything like that. It's basically just an official direction to say, hey, if you don't have to get out of your house, then don't leave. And I know that affects people who work, and I've seen people affected by it. Personally, I'm not one of those. As I discussed the other night in the video, hopefully the worst thing that will happen to me is I would have to go back to night shift. I really don't want to go back to nights. I really don't. Even though I couldn't hardly sleep a wink last night, I still got up at 6 a.m., which is kind of late for me. Actually, it was after 6 a.m. I was able to go and find some ground beef. That's been in short supply. And with it being warm weather, I have been craving a steak to eat for dinner. God, I really want one. Because I grilled out, when was it? Fired up the grill, can't remember, about a week, maybe week and a half ago. And no, it was 2 weeks ago is when we could still find steak. And anyway, I made steak on the grill then, and I've been wanting another since. But everybody has gone and bought all the steak. Now all you can find is ground beef, and that's only if you go first thing in the morning. So people need to quit panic buying. There's enough for everybody. Some of my connections, have said, for instance, chicken, which I eat chicken as well, and yes, I grill chicken, but the chicken plant that's in my hometown, they actually ramped up production. Normally they only ran production, I believe it was 18 hours a day, 5 days a week. they ramped up to 24/7 production about 2 weeks before this really started hitting here in North Carolina. So, um, the food is there, folks. Just don't go and buy all of it. You know, it's like I said about the whole toilet paper thing. If if you need a pallet of toilet paper to survive 2 weeks, you should have gone to the doctor a long time ago. You've got issues. Something's going on more than just being panicky. So, anyway, let me look at the comments here. Let's see. Yeah, again, wow, that is cold. Y'all start warming up when about mid to late May, I think, early June maybe. Because y'all are a little bit higher latitude, I think. Depending on where you are in the UK, I think you're a little bit higher latitude than New York is. But yeah, that's pretty chilly. Hey Chaz, glad you're here. Yeah, Don's. I think what prompted the statewide order that's going into effect Monday is the fact that they had over 100 test results come back positive in the state in one 24-hour period. So, I mean, and it makes good sense. Even with the hotspot areas being under a local order, people travel. Charlotte is a pretty big, hub. We've got a lot of people from all over the world who come through Charlotte, and a lot of people who work in Charlotte but don't live in Charlotte, like myself. So it can get kind of, things can get out of hand pretty quick. So I think it's the right deal. Let's see. Yeah, we've had a lot of businesses closed down. The local order in Charlotte closed down. Well, and there was a statewide order that went into effect Thursday morning, closing down all hair salons, barber shops, nail salons, businesses of that nature. So I don't know where I'm going to get my nails done for the next month, because it's actually no, it's closed down till May, I think, under that order. So yeah, my nails are going to be awful. Let's see. Let's keep looking at the comments here. Yeah. 16 Celsius in Germany. So that's probably about lower 60s, upper 50s in Fahrenheit. Yeah, Don, I'd love to have some good Australian steak. I bet it is better. We've got a couple local farms that people have been going to with this whole shortage, and I really want to try them out. I might try finding some of them this coming week. I don't eat steak a lot, but I do like it. You can do a lot with it. Not just the steak itself, but I like making steak steak tacos, especially when it's warm weather outside. I love Mexican food when it's hot outside. I made with the one piece of whole meat that I could find last week. I made some beef tips and gravy, and it was the most beautiful dish ever. It had mushrooms and onions and they came out looking great. I mean, just awesome. And then, you know, the beef, I cooked it. The beef was tougher than Chinese algebra. I mean, it was so tough. We could barely eat it. The mushrooms were good, but I think I added a little too much salt. Um, since, you know, a couple years ago when I found out I had high blood pressure, I've been cutting back the salt and stuff in my diet. So now if I get like French fries from a fast food place, it's just way too salty for me. Um, so I don't do a whole lot of extra salt. But yeah, I bet Australia has good steak. Um, yeah, Ian, I love my charcoal grill. That's all I cook with is charcoal. Um, let's see. Yeah, and I did get like big packs of toilet paper. One of the businesses local to where I'm assigned, they actually changed their hours to accommodate stocking so that stuff wouldn't fly off the shelves and off the pallets. So basically, they weren't going to open up till 10 a.m. one day. They let some of the folks in the place where I was come in a little bit before then to make some purchases. So I've got, for me personally, I've got about 2.5, 3 months worth of toilet paper now, which I hate buying toilet paper. I don't know what it is. I've always hated it. Either because it takes up too much bulk, you know, it is too bulky to carry around. So anyway, long story short, I buy about 4 or 5 months worth at a time anyway. And it just so happens that all this, you know, struck at about the 4.5 month mark. So I've got enough to last me now for a while. But anyway, let's see. Okay, June is when it gets warm. Yeah, Ian, I know Ian over there in the UK, y'all's warm temperatures aren't quite as hot as what we get. I know, was it last year or year before when y'all had the really bad heat wave over there, and I think it translated into like mid to upper 90s, which we normally see about a week or two of that here in the U.S. and in my area of the U.S. The thing that kills us here is the humidity. I mean, I'm more of a northern latitude than where Jason is down in Mississippi, but we still get awful humidity. I mean, it can be 88 degrees outside and 1,000% humidity. There are some mornings you have to cut your AC on as soon as you get in the car, and that's before the sun comes up, and that's just to clear out some of the humidity. So yeah, that's y'all have it pretty good compared to where we are. Let's see. Hey, Rune, glad you're here. Keep the numbers down by only testing a few people. Yeah. I mean, in any situation like this, you've got to think that for every one person that is tested positive, there are at least, I would say, 10 to 15 other people out there who are also positive, but they've not been tested yet. So, you know, and not going to be tested just because, you know, either they don't feel like getting out of the house to go get tested. When I'm sick, I don't feel like going anywhere. You know, I'm lucky to leave the bedroom. You know, I make it from the bedroom to the bathroom, maybe the kitchen, and then back to bed when I'm sick. You know, I had the flu about a year ago, and it was the first time I'd had the flu in a long time, and it was horrible. I hated it. So yeah, I just stayed in bed. I didn't even bother trying to go to the doctor or anything. I just holed up and slept it off. Let's see. Chaz been upper 80s in Texas. Yeah, yeah. Texas is pretty warm. I've been through there a few times. When I go to California, I drive the whole way, and so I've been through the Panhandle a lot. And the first time I ever drove to California, it was during the wintertime, and I came back and I actually went the southerly route. Um, Took the I-10 to the I-20 and cut across that way, and spent about 23, 24 hours total driving in Texas. It's a pretty big state. Even just going across the Panhandle takes, quite a bit of time. So, anyway, um, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and start cranking up just a second as soon as I get caught up on everything. Upper 40 is in Iowa. Sounds pretty good right about now, actually. Maybe not upper 40s. I like the lower to mid 70s range, actually. Um, hey, Ronald. See here. Yeah. Oh, Don. Okay. Yeah. Recovering from the virus. Wow. Um, yeah. Hopefully he gets over that. Let's see. 29. Hey. Yeah, that's younger than me. So he should hopefully we'll hope and pray that he gets through it pretty good. See, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna switch the camera down here. But first I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do. Since God, I've been talking for that long. Jeez, why didn't somebody throw something at me? Anyway, all right, what the project for is today. In the video that I did Wednesday, I talked about putting on one of these bad boys, Schlage D-Series lever set on the front door of my shop. This one's for the house, but I've got one just like it on the front of the shop here. And the thing is, I've got this really cool video planned out, and I need to put this old junky stuff back on there. Need to put it back on there. But before I do that, I need to rekey it. So I'm going to move the camera down here to the desk. I'm going to rekey because I have no clue. Out of that last that video that I did about bidding and picking and all that stuff, I don't remember what I keyed these to at the end of that. Because I couldn't find a key that would work these. So anyway, we're going to rekey these. And then what we're going to do is move over to the door, and I'm going to go over removing the D-Series from the door. And then I may put these on during the live. I didn't realize I was talking this long. So we may keep going on. I'm going to switch cameras here. Yep. There's the television. That's what I mainly get done out here. My Lock Force stickers. Awesome. I've had these for a little while. Anyway, let me set these back over here. Yeah. 39 in Michigan, Ronald. Yeah. Yeah, Don. Glad he's doing a lot better. Yeah, let's see. All right, so let's start with this guy. And I want y'all to choose because this is the video that I'm going to be doing is going to have a, of course it's a lock picking channel, so I'm going to have a picking element to it. But for this lock, I want y'all to choose for me 1, 2, or 3. And you can see there's the bidding on choice number 1, bidding on choice number 2, and on number 3. So let me know in the chat here to see, let me know which ones y'all want me to do. Which one? Remember, 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to set these over here real quick, and then we're going to tear down. This lock is a Gatehouse single cylinder deadbolt. This is what originally came with my shop when I bought the house. I'm not going to go through the trouble of trying to do the double cylinder for the video. I just need the outside. So we're going to haul this apart. Set all this over here. In case if you've never seen one come apart, this shroud is just held on by the pressure from the through bolts. See, 2, 3. Okay, 3. I'll count up the votes here in a little bit. Yeah, 2 does have the overset trap. I'm not going to put any security pins in here. But what I am going to do, see, we'll get that right there. Let me grab my hollow follower. Oh yeah, I got a cool anniversary coming up tomorrow. It's going to be, I believe, 3 years since I first posted a video on YouTube. Since I posted my first lockpicking video on YouTube. I did take the clip off of that, but I'm going to try to do something a little special. This video that I'm doing all this prep work for is going to take a good bit of editing. You see how quickly we got that picked. But I'm going to try to do a little like highlight reel or something like that. I wish I'd saved some more bloopers. I've started saving my blooper videos because I do want to do a blooper reel. I always say that whenever some of the bigger pickers ask for ideas. What do we get on votes for bidding? Let's see here. See, never rekey your locks in the UK. All different keys. Yeah, I hate carrying a bunch of keys. I really do. See, we got a vote for 2. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 votes for 3. Okay, so that's number 3, even though it says number 4 on there. Number 3. Room, I agree with you. I do like this key for the overset trap. And actually in the video that I did on picking and bidding, this one did, actually I think this one took the longest. I think it took longer than this one. But I'm going to do this one because I asked y'all for a vote. So yeah, and I think I actually have the pins already here. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, I've got a good bit of the pins here. So we're going to key this guy up real quick, put him back together, and then I'm going to take the knob apart and put him together with the same bidding. Okay, sweet. I did have all the pins right there. Run this together. Works smooth. Awesome. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to dig into my pin kit again because I don't buy a lot of pins bulk. I've got some, but I need to order some more. What I really need to do is do an inventory. Yep, works great. Okay. So then we'll put all this over here. That there. Look at the comments real quick. Yeah, Ian, I'm a one key to one place sort of guy. I don't want the key to my house to work the key to the shop or vice versa. But I don't want to have a different key for the front door, the back door, the main door, the deadbolt, etc. I don't like that because, again, I hate carrying a large ring of keys. When I worked as a school resource officer, when I was assigned to doing that, I had to carry 4 sets of different keys to the 4 different schools that I worked. And it was a pain. It was a pain to carry that many keys because I hate carrying keys on my duty belt. For one, they make a lot of noise. And if you're trying to sneak up on somebody, noise doesn't really help. So, that sort of a non-starter. See where. I've actually never taken this knob apart before. I wonder if this has a little detent in it somewhere. Yeah, right here. Okay. So we need to pick this one while it's in the knob. Look at the comments real quick. Thanks, Don. Yeah, time really does fly. I started picking, I think about, I want to say it's like 3 months before I started my channel. Maybe? No, not 3 months. 6 months before I started my channel. That was back when, Lockpicking Lawyer had just gotten 1,000 subscribers. And, of course, Bosnian Bill was him back then. I won't say anything more on that. In all honesty, I got to give Bosnian Bill credit. Him and Lockpicking Lawyer both. Because without them, it was actually a review that Bosnian Bill had done on a certain pick kit that I looked at buying. It was on sale for like $50. It was the Southward Pocket Pen pick set, which I still really would like to have. I've just never bought it. All right, let's look at this. Yeah, Don, I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, or even possibly a correct way. Gatehouse is a little bit different than standard Kwikset, because a Kwikset, or an actual clone of Kwikset, or copy of Kwikset, I should say, you would actually remove the spindle, reach down through there with your tool, lever the 2 prongs on there, and then it would pop out the front of the knob here. But this has a cylinder in there. So let's figure out how to get this guy out. Like I said, I've never taken this guy apart before. Let's try this thicker tool. I'm not really worried about damaging this, but I don't like to tear stuff up anyway. There we go. A little pressure to the front of the cylinder and help pop this cap off. I would love to find out, speaking of old videos and old times and stuff, back in the day, there were a number of other channels then that aren't around anymore, and you know, I really kind of miss those guys. Would love to know what happened to them. Just for one, to know that they're okay. 'Cause there were a lot of people who helped me out back then, and so I'd like to know sort of what happened. Look at the comment here. Yeah, Bilux. Yeah. Rune. Lock picking when Bill was in kindergarten. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. It's interesting to see how those channels have changed. You know, I know some people don't care for Bosnian Bill. Yeah, I still watch his videos when they come out. Not necessarily every time they come out. But, you know, I'll watch them on occasion. And, you know, it's just kind of neat to see some of the stuff that he gets. I quit entering in the giveaways because, you know, it's like just impossible to ever really have a good chance. I've got a better chance of winning the lottery here than winning that. God, this thing is dusty. All right, let's get it back in here. Don't see anything special there. All right, clip it down. Probably need the key to turn it. There we go. Locked, unlocked, locked, unlocked. All right, so give me back my key. Well, I have a problem if I can't get my key back. Okay. Don't tell me I put this thing in upside down. I don't think I did I? Is anybody paying attention? I hope so. There we go. Let's hold this guy in place. Trying to find my pull-out point. There we go. All right, now. There we go. All right. Out, locked. In, unlocked. Sweet. All right, cool. So, there we have that. Let me look at the comments real quick. Yeah, Don. I miss some of the old pickers too. There were a few from Reddit that were really, really great. One of them I remember, he was extremely helpful, and he's not put anything up in a long time actually. I think his handle was the EJM3, and he was really, really good. Of course, Tobias and Julian, the guys from Germany that made and gave me these picks here with the blue handles that have been through like all of my videos and everything, or a bunch of them. I miss those guys too. Haven't heard from them. I used to hear from them every now and again, even after they quit making videos. But anyway, yeah, I haven't heard from them lately. All right, so let's see. Okay, cool. Yeah, Rune, we'll look for that. I'm still working on the. Let's see, I think I just lost one. If I can move this around. Sorry, I know I'm off camera here. Trying to straighten up this mess. I had my pinning kit set up here. Kind of glad I didn't need it. But yeah, I'm working my way through this guy right here, the V10 Twin. And I've taken out the sidebar and sidebar pins, just trying to pick through it. The farthest I've gotten is all 5 top pins, top and bottom pins, I should say. And 6 of them is pretty difficult. I've not gotten 6 picked yet. Close, but not quite. So anyway, let's go ahead and shift the camera over here to the door. One last look at the comments. Hey, Mad Hatter, glad you're here. Yeah, Don, T&J were awesome. They did a lot of really cool work. Yeah, I remember Pete Restle, Rune. Yeah, I remember him. Wasn't he in kind of poor health towards the end of the videos that he had? He was the one who did lock picking from the shed, right? So yeah, yeah, I miss him too. I miss some of these old timers. I think Rune, or not Rune. I think Lock Noob. Who actually this shows how far back it was since I started. I actually heard about Lockpicking Lawyer from Lock Noob's channel. Yeah, that's what I thought, Don. I thought he was from the shed. So I think Lock Noob is actually fairly close, and according to Lock Noob's channel, he's going to do a live tomorrow. So maybe one of us that's there on his live can remember to ask and maybe get an update. So anyway, all right. So here we go with these guys. The Schlage B, what is it? The 62 620 double cylinder deadbolt. And let me angle up a little bit better. Y'all can see my poor car out there in the driveway. Bless her heart. Let's grab the deadbolt first. I think that'll be easiest. Slide around this way here. Yeah. Trying to make this kind of quick. Since I spent 40 minutes rambling on, 30 minutes rambling before I started actually doing anything. Appreciate everybody showing up though today. Last week it was kind of the spur of the moment thing. Because I wasn't really sure what was going to happen as far as work. The downside for me for this, other than the threat of going to night shift, is the fact that I have been getting the extra overtime. I get overtime every week, which is really nice. Here you guys can see this is the B 62 double cylinder deadbolt, shrouded. Uses standard Schlage tail pieces that are kind of a half moon shape, and so they interact through the actuator like that. Timing can be a little tricky to set up, but overall it's still fairly easy to install. Can y'all see that? Kinda, sorta, maybe. I know the lighting's not real great. I'm going to change angles here in a second. As soon as I get this bolt out of here. I'll give y'all another hint as far as this video I'm doing all this for. One thing that's been hindering me in filming it. Hello. Don't know if you can see me. Sorry if you can. I know there was an ultra close-up. Here's the bolt as well. You can adjust for 2 1/4, 2 3/8 for your door. But no, the hint for my video is that I've got to do the picking scenes at night. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a hint there. Let me grab. First off, let me grab this box of screws. Had to re-secure the flooring here in the shop. I think what's going to wind up happening is I'm going to have to re-level the whole shop. So I adjusted the door strike twice this past year. See, just looking at the comments here on my phone. Yeah, Don, Pick Me. He was a good guy. I think I actually got a couple of his challenge locks, and I might actually have 1 or 2 in the bucket. I made sure, like, top priority when I bought the house last year and I moved, that any of the challenge locks I still had, I I made sure that they all stayed together, and basically that was my first priority, to move those. It is as weird as that sounds. I didn't want anything to get separated, so yeah. Let's see. Let me angle the camera down here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Rune. Tomorrow at 9:30 Euro time, so that would be what, 5 hours ahead of me. So about 4:30 p.m. here. Okay. Yeah, I've got a reminder set on YouTube anyway, to remind me. Let's see. Can you guys see anything from there? Or I'll tell you what we could do. Could just move everything into the sunlight here. That'll work. Okay. So for a D-series lever set, it's kind of tricky both to install and to remove. If you don't have the key, you can pick these, but just know that the plug, the core, is under spring tension. So if you pick it to disassemble this, you have to keep your tension on the core, keeping that plug rotated, and then use your pokey tool to remove it from the retainer. So if you have a key, that's all the easier. Can you guys even see anything? Yeah. Did y'all just see that big bumblebee in here? So I'm going to turn this. The instructions, which, of course you read as a last resort, say to disassemble you turn counterclockwise, to reassemble you turn clockwise. So I'm going to use this quickset tool, which has a sharp little pokey end on it, as opposed to the other one I was using a minute ago. And you simply just poke in there, and you have your lever with your cylinder. There's a little plastic spacer in here, which you have to have in order for everything to set right. And then you have your tailpiece, which is a pretty long one, actually. And then you've got this little collar here, which slides down over the spindle, and it has a notch which the lever, actually, that spacer will go right up against there. We're done with our pokey tool. And then some of these you have to use a spanner wrench for. Others, if you have a really, really good grip, really dexterous grip, you can just twist it off. This was used, so it was kind of loose anyway. And then the neighbor's dog is getting kind of excited over something. So now we're going to move around here. Actually, we do need the pokey tool one more time. The inside, this just has the push button. I wish it was the push and twist function, which I can't remember if that was office entry. I think it's office entry function, where this would be the push and twist. You push it in like this, and as soon as it was unlocked from the outside would stay free. If you pushed it and twisted it, then you could unlock it from the outside with the key. However, it would act as a storeroom function from the outside, always free on the inside. And Don, I saw your comment about double cylinder lock deadbolts. They are illegal for occupied residences. Most areas, that's sort of like a local fire code, so it can differ by jurisdiction. And with the inside, you just push in with the pokey tool and then pull the lever off. But you can get away with double cylinders as long as you're not going to be occupying the inside of wherever it is. And you guys can see I've got this lovely glass right here in the window. So I went with the double cylinder on the shop so that if somebody were to break this glass out, they couldn't just reach in and unlock everything. So that's why I went with double cylinder. I don't spend the night out here, although been a few times lately that I think spending the night out here would have been a little less stressful than spending the night inside with somebody else who lives with me. But anyway, that happens. I think that may become a viable option once this whole virus thing is over with and we can start doing evictions again. I think I might be rekeying the locks a few more times. Who knows? Anyway, that would be a dream if I could rekey the locks once more and not have to worry about stuff. Sometimes this little collar here, you get stuck. There's a little notch right here. You can see. Just take a flathead screwdriver or other sort of flat tool, kind of wedge it in there. And there's a corresponding one on the other side. And you just pull it off. The trim ring can go back over like that. That's just to give it the chrome trim ring. Alright, so we're almost done, but now we get to the really icky part. This thing has nuts. Yep, it's got nuts, and they're Castle nuts, which means if you're familiar with them, they're like little rings, and they've got little cutouts. I'll show you one here in a second, but it's really, really hard to do when you don't, well, I'm not going to say hard. It's really tedious to adjust Castle nuts when you don't have a Castle nut tool. I'm going to show y'all real quick what your alternative is if you don't have a Castle nut tool. Punch and a hammer, and you just set this into the notch and then tap either a punch or a flat bladed screwdriver that you don't mind using as such. If you get one of these locks, this tool right here is going to be your best friend. It's a metal Schlage Castle nut tool, and it works as such. You slide it over the spindle and it locks into those little cutouts, and then you can just turn it. And you hear it kind of coming off, that sort of ratcheting sound, I guess you can say. I'll show you the Castle nut here in a second, and then I'll show you what makes it make that sound. Oh yeah, and it does have two through bolts, top and bottom. They're just there to sort of stabilize things. This is your inside cage, by the way. And you can see on the inside what you were hearing. It's got little teeth in here. And this is the Castle nut because it's got those little cutouts you can see. And your Castle nut tool fits into it thusly. And then on this side, it also has little teeth, and those teeth lock together. It's screwed down over the spindle cage, the spring cage, so it applies tension and locks that down in there so it doesn't torque around a whole lot. No, I'm not a locksmith. I just play one on YouTube. But I've learned quite a bit about these locks. And then once you take the inside one off, you can simply slip out the spring cage
your latch retractor and everything. I'm not going to take this castle nut off. This is sort of the gross adjustment for the door thickness. And then you use the inside castle nut to adjust for kind of fine tuning. But there is a balance, because once you put the rosette and the collar and try to slip the lever over top so it'll hit the retainer, sometimes that can be built up and the lever doesn't hit the retainer. So you have to adjust and sort of balance. So I'm going to leave this one the way it is, but you can see when you turn there, it retracts. That's the bolt retractor, the latch retractor mechanism. Pretty cool design. Yeah, these are used. These aren't residential locks. These are more commercial facility type locks. So you're not going to see these on people's houses unless if these people either watch YouTube lock channels or they really like industrial type stuff. Let's see, let me get... Hey, Hobby Picker. Glad to see you here. I saw you posted a new video the other day. I need to check it out. I noticed it wasn't an Abus video, but anyway, glad you stopped by. Been going for a while now. It's going to be almost time for Jason's video, time I can get done. But now I'm just removing the latch. The latch screws here. I think these screws I will use. I think I use these for the Defiance Quickset stuff. Alright, let me keep on this separated real quick. Let me get the... That's the deadbolt. And all right, so this is going to go in oh yeah, no worries, Hobby. Yeah, I'm looking at that as well with the video. All this work is for an actual video that I'm going to be doing. I'm downgrading so that I can show the differences between downgraded and upgraded. Of course, that's a very obfuscated answer or explanation as to what I'm doing. But yeah, there might be some high security stuff as well coming up on my channel. Yeah, I put Schlage Everest cylinders in everything. I talked about this the other day, the other week, I should say. And the reason why I did Everest is because it takes standard Schlage depths and spacing. So if need be, I can rekey everything. And I got some pre-cuts from Jeff Moss the other day. Let's see, let me switch. There we go, widescreen. Woohoo! All right. Yeah, Don's. Yeah, I think I like doing my live videos before Jason does his, just for the reason that we all know how his videos can carry on for some time. And by the end of those times, sometimes I'm too tired to do one. So yeah, that's that, and I like getting started early. You know, since I've been on day shift the last, 2.5 years now, I've gotten spoiled by getting started early in the day. Just don't tell my mom. She used to always give me such a hard time about not being a morning person. She got up and she would wake the chickens up. I mean, we didn't have chickens growing up, but you know, she was up early enough to wake up the chickens. Why didn't this guy tighten him down? Probably missed the whole story of my life. Bring this guy out. What do you do when you miss? Pull it out and try again. Hope you guys can see. I know the lighting's horrible today. That's the one bad thing about morning time with my shop, because the front of the shop faces east. And while there's a decent tree line, well, kind of a decent tree line over there, it still comes in. Sun still comes in, messes with everything in the morning. Good thing is, with the night picking part of this video, or parts I should say, it'll be easy to get it fairly dark. Guess you guys can still see, can't you? Alright. Sweet. One lock. Now, we'll get the second one. Oh, by the way, the castle nut tool that I got for all this mess, because I got that other D series rubber set, like I said, is that is for the house, for the main entrance to the house. I got the castle nut tool so that I wouldn't be pounding away and taking forever, because it does take forever. Got that on eBay. I think total of, I think it was $11 for the tool, and then $11 for the tool, and then like $5 shipping. So not terribly bad. According to some locksmiths that I know, I got ripped off because they have like, you know, a metric ton of those things sitting around their shops, and they got them all for free. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh well. So let's get this guy on here. Hey Jason, appreciate you stopping by. I'm actually doing some like actual stuff here. Don't know how long you're sticking by for. Let's get, and yes, I am downgrading. I just took off a Schlage B62 series with the Everest cylinder so that I could put on a Defiant. I'm Defiant like that. Sorry if you guys are looking at the top of my head. I'm lucky that baldness doesn't run in my family, I guess. Alright. Is this one of those stupid ones that you retract it? I think so. Put these 3 bolts through first. Can you guys still see? I don't want to do anything to where y'all can't see. It's the whole point of video, isn't it? Alright. Alright. Think we got it there. Hope we got it. And as soon as I finish this up, get this on here, then we'll wrap things up so we can all take a break, take a nap, take a smoke, whatever you got to do before Jason gets started on his. And then I'll get filming on my video later this evening. Which I hope you guys will enjoy it. I mean, I know you guys will like it, but alright. So we got right there. Alright. So deadbolt works good. Works good. Take our very classified key with the classified bitting on here. And then try it out. Works perfect for the deadbolt. Okay. Knob is locked. Key out, key in, unlocked, sweet, latch holds it, and deadbolt holds it with the squeeze, sweet, and we are done with that mess. And look how neatly I laid everything out here. All right, so get angled back. It's already up to 80 degrees here in the shop. I'm hoping that the finance department will approve me for air conditioner installation out here in the shop this summer. There we are. Sweet. All right. Let me look over the comments here real quick. I know I missed a bunch. See, yeah. Yeah, Hobby Picker. I haven't actually watched it yet, so I'm not saying I'm disappointed. I mean, you and I both share love for Abus stuff, so yeah. If it's not Abus though, it's okay, because you're my friend and all. Let's see here. Yeah. Whew, Don, yeah. Yeah. 3 a.m. for you, Don. Wow. Dang. Yeah, hubby, I like, and Don, everybody, I do like starting early now. Like I said, when up until I switched to days about 2.5 years ago, um, let's see, it was actually 1st of November 2017 when I switched to days. Um, Ever since then, I've hated staying up all night. I've had to work nights since then, and I was not a happy camper, not at all. Um, and that was one of those were those nights where I would find a little hiding spot and back my patrol car in, turn off all the lights. I don't sleep. Even as grumpy and tired as I can get on night shift, I still don't sleep on nights because that is an extremely dangerous thing for an officer to do. I never do it. I've never fallen asleep on the job ever. I've been sleepy. I've been tired, but I've never actually, conked out and taken a nap. Even when I was technically able to, I never did that. But yeah, early in the morning, people are likely to be awake and talking sense. I like that. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Wes. Glad you're here. Appreciate it. Let's see here. G Keyman 565. I don't think I've seen you on one of my chats before, on one of my lives before. Appreciate you showing up. It's always good to get more people in here. Let's see. Yeah, hobby picker. I'm blessed with hair. Full heads of hair run all through my family, so I'm blessed with that. I'm glad. And I actually put product in it this morning, so it looks okay. 2 and 3, Jason, one, not sure if you were talking to me there, Jason, when you said, wondering if I had 2 and 3/8 inch latches, for the roads. All I've got are, I got this guy. He's going on the house. Another one's the one I just took off. And that is the what is it? The shorter of the two. The 2 and 3/8 is the shorter one. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, Rune. Actually, Rune, I've got a whole cast and crew of one, so I might do that. If my neighbors weren't so close, and I might not, make people mad. I mean, the neighbor actually has a German Shepherd. And I'm not sure exactly how friendly he is. He doesn't bark at me anymore. Now that there's a giant hole in the fence between me and him, we can see each other. So, let's see. Yeah. Hey, Sherelle, Anthony, glad you're here. Good to see you. Yeah. All right, guys. So, well, everybody, I appreciate you stopping by. This was actually one of my longer live ones. We've gone, an hour, 25 minutes now. So, anyway, look for that front door to be in a video coming to a YouTube channel near you soon. I hope you guys will like it. It's going to be sort of towards what I did with the key bitting, but not quite.
and there are going to be a couple sub videos off of that, so it's not going to stay just as basic as, you know, quick set bitting on you know, on your door or whatever when it comes to picking. But I hope you guys will like it. It's going to take a little bit of work, so tonight I'm going to start on it, maybe tomorrow morning. Do some stuff. Definitely do some stuff tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully it'll be out by either this Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure which. It does take a while to edit everything. But anyway, hope everybody stays well. Hope everybody, if you can stay indoors, stay in. Whatever the case may be, then wash your hands. You know, we used to think that we were going to have flying cars and holographic projection screens and, you know, all that cool stuff in the year 2020. No, we're just having a basic lesson on how to wash our hands, keep the germs away. Oh, and one last public service announcement on this whole germ stuff. If you need to wear gloves for something, like definitely need to, then wear your gloves for that. But please, speaking as somebody who worked in EMS and who was an EMT for years, if you're going to wear gloves for a specific task, and then when you're done with that task, take those gloves off the proper way and throw them away. Don't wear them all day long, because if you wear glasses, you're going to do this. If your face itches, you're going to do that. If you get a text message, you're going to hold your phone up and do this. And it actually makes you more at risk. And I gave somebody that I worked with yesterday a complete lecture on this, and he got mad at me because he said I was breaking down his psychological feeling of security. And I said, well, good, because now it's going to make you think about wearing gloves all day long and touching stuff and washing those exam gloves and then touching. No, you don't do that. Even if you're limited on cleaning supplies, wear your gloves for one thing and then throw them away. Better yet, don't wear them, because it gives you a false sense of security if you wear them throughout the entire day. Please don't. Just common sense, folks. We can beat this thing with common sense, by God. Anyway, common sense, YouTube, locks, cats, decent food, and if you have it, some wine, you know. Anyway, look at this real quick. All right, Don, good night. Glad you came by. Thank you. Let's see, one final check of the comments. Yeah, Jason, YouTube notifications for me like pop up all the time. I don't know why, not sure. Thanks for asking everybody to hit the thumbs up. You know, appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up. Okay. All right, Anthony. I'm not sure why that is. That's interesting. Yeah, Wes. I've actually never watched that movie the whole way through, but I imagine it's you know, I've watched good chunks of it here and there, but never watched it the whole way through. I need to do that. Jason. People just, you know, even when you're dealing with the public coming in off the street all day long and they're handing documents and other things over for you to see, and you're maintaining your 6 feet of, you know, social distancing and whatnot, it all goes out the window if you don't change your gloves between every single person. And unfortunately right now, people who are in office sorts of setting, non-medical public settings, shouldn't be using gloves all day long, because you're not only putting yourself more at risk because you're becoming lackadaisical, but you're also spreading the germs off of those gloves to other people. Again, I preached the whole sermon yesterday. But anyway, let's see. Hey, Peter, just about to wrap it up here. Let's see. All right. Inflatable bubble. You know, I see those little video clips on Twitter. People walking around in this stuff in inflatable T-Rex suits. You know, if I had the money, I would offer to pay somebody to pick locks in a T-Rex suit. I don't have the money, by the way. But if I did, I would do that. If I had a T-Rex suit, I would pick a lock wearing it. I promise. It would be the shortest T-Rex you've ever seen, but I would do it. So, anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up here. And again, thank you, everybody, for showing up. Take you a break, go run to the restroom, to the snack bar, to the mini bar. Take a smoke break, whatever you need to do before Jason starts in 39 minutes. Sorry, I couldn't math there for a second. Anyway, appreciate it. Watch for the video coming up. If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up and stay out of trouble. Keep, pick locks. Don't pick your nose. Stay at home if you can. And we'll see you next time.